Hello, everybody. I'd like to give y'all a tour of my world in Factorio. I've been playing it a lot. This world has 22 hours of work in it, and I'm at Purple Science. Now, a disclaimer, my setup might be kind of scuffed or inefficient in places. This is my second ever solo world, my first past green science. And without further ado, let's begin. So this right here, all this is my iron outpost. Here I just mine a bunch of iron to be smelted elsewhere and then taken to the main base. At some point the train will come to pick up all this iron ore. We're gonna ride it to the smelting outpost. Looks like the train is almost here. There it is. Okay, now it is going to load a ton of iron ore. It's here for pickup. It's also picking us up. So it will load 3,000 and then it will move to the smelting outpost. And we're off. This is the smelting outpost. Here we bring in coal and copper in very similar ways to the iron and smelt down coal and iron ore into plates. And this here takes all three of those resources to the main base for science purposes and energy production. Now, before we go there, let's check out the other two outposts. Okay. Coal fills up to 1.5k and then I'll be back here. Same thing with copper. Gonna hijack one of these trains. We're gonna hijack these trains just to move around faster. Here's the coal train. Okay, we're just gonna go immediately. This is the coal outpost. Very similar to the iron outpost. It mines coal, it takes it to the train tracks. Copper's gonna be the same deal. Where is my car? Of course, I left it somewhere completely random. Well, we have trains. Get back here. Okay, I think we can skip the copper outpost because it looks very similar to the iron outpost and the coal outpost, and we'll be passing by on our way to the main base anyway. So, let's get the train here. Get over here. You can see it moving on the mini-map. You can also see the entire main base on the mini-map. And here, yeah, it loads the iron, copper, and coal up to these amounts. Iron is by far the most important because steel is our limiting reagent in making science for the labs. So that's what gets loaded the most. Although really they all get loaded just if they're there, but iron is the one that takes the most. And we're off. Oh, there was the copper outpost. Now we're here at the main base. All these injectors unload the cargo. Before we see any of the cool science production stuff, let's take a look at the power plant. This is what you might call overkill. It definitely is. I don't need all this power, but I like having it because then I don't have to worry about expanding it later. Here you can see stone production, stone and stone bricks. Stone gets mined, gets smelted, gets put in these boxes, it gets shipped down, and I'm also shipping some extra rocks. I'm using these in purple science production. You'll see that later. Here's the coal mining. This is just a little bit of iron mining for myself. We did have a lot of iron mining on site, but as you can see, resources got depleted, so we had to ship it in. Yeah, this thing is almost out of iron, but this stuff isn't that important. So here the iron goes, here the copper goes. This is a remnant of when I was smelting copper on site. And here is steel production. This is my biggest concern these days. And here's the gears that get combined with the copper plates into red science. And then they also go up here, combined with iron plates to become transport belts. And we also have inserters here. We're making a lot of green circuits, making a lot of copper wire for those green circuits. And these two together become green science. And then blue science is considerably more complicated. I have to ship in resources from my oil outpost, which we'll see later. This train goes there and back. Coal gets loaded on for use at the oil outpost, and right now we're offloading plastic and sulfur. And we have so much fucking sulfur that the injectors aren't doing anything because they don't need to. And so this plastic combines with green circuits and copper wires to make red circuits, which we are very backed up on because red circuits are not the limiting reagent. And then red circuits also come over here, combined with sulfur and with engines we make from the steel and pipes. The reason we don't have pipe production is we had so much pipe production in the past that we don't need it. Oh, these chests are mostly empty. Okay. But yeah, the pipes kind of go in a circle because we care a lot about steel. So the pipes, the production used to be here. This chest is sort of a remnant of that. So it goes down, and then this takes them, and then all the way over here, and this is our engine production. Not producing right now because we don't need to. And then the steel will go in the same direction as these rocks. So with these engines and the sulfur and red circuits from earlier, we make blue science. Red science, green science, blue science. It's all cool. Now, the purple science. This is where the trouble is. So here we make, what's that called? Productivity modules from red circuits and green circuits that get belted down from higher up. And then we also make these electric furnaces. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Electric furnaces from the stones. This belt gets separated here. And then steel comes down here when we have it. When we have it. See, the iron, the train just got here to unload its iron. So steel production, it goes on and off. So here's the steel. It goes into electric furnaces and into rails. The rocks from earlier go here, and then we have some iron plates that get belted down to make these rods. Iron stick, that's a weird thing to call it. These rods, they all combine for rails. As you can see, we're lacking in rails. And then finally, purple science, when we have it, this machine is creating some. So the purple science will go up. I have a lot more labs than I need. I swear this was relevant when it was blue science. But my purple science is so much weaker. So, as you can see, I got this whole setup for science. Blue and green down the middle, red and purple on the sides. That's odd. How did a purple science get here? And yeah, the science does science. Yippee. Okay. Now for the last stop on this tour, let's go to that oil outpost. This train will leave when this plastic is out. But I don't want to wait till I'm hijacking. This is the oil outpost. Here we drill for oil, we process it, and we turn it into three things. Fuel for this train, plastic, which we use this coal to make. It goes all the way down and into here. And we make sulfur, which we have too much of, through simple oil and water. This water gets pumped from all the way over here. It's closer than it looks, believe me. And this right here used to be a cliff. So what I had to do was go all the way around. I mean, it's not even covered by the radar where I had to go. But I had to go all the way around the cliff just to pump water. I blew up that cliff, because of course I did. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Thank you for watching this tour, bye.